Hello and welcome to I Can't Say It, day 213. Whew. What is today? It is August 1st, the first day of August. Woo-hoo! Meaning school returns in mid-August. Colleges begin at the end of August and then the end of September. That means commute traffic is going to come back. Oh, why do people have... Oh. All right. Such as it is. So, yeah. Enjoy the last 2 weeks of summer because you have got longer commutes coming. And that's okay if you got something to listen to in the car. I'd put in a German CD and I tried to listen to it and it said, it's a CD-ROM. To which I said, my computer doesn't play CDs. We do have an Apple computer and it plays CDs. So I'll have to try to listen to that at some point. Hopefully it plays on an Apple and not just a PC. Otherwise, I'm screwed. Because I don't think I have a drive that plays CD-ROMs. Oh well. Actually, I do have a really old computer. Maybe I'll just break that out and give it a try. Anyhow, so I got on the scale this morning and it said 263.6. So as you know, the goal is to just be anywhere under 264. So I was a little surprised by that. Not sure where the 263.6 came from. Going to take it though. So let's see if we can keep under 264 because that's the objective. Because, we're hovering 263, 264, 263, 264. So let's just get some number in there, So next week's big event, I'm going to hopefully ride my bike to work a number of times to get some of this worked off. And this weekend, my son wants to work on the weights. He calls them toys. So I had to immediately correct him of that. Weights are not toys. Weights are tools to build muscle. And if you don't use the weights properly, you are very likely to hurt yourself. And toys are not intended to hurt yourself. Toys are intended to play, and there's no playing. There's a very structured way to doing this. I'm kind of curious as to if I have enough weights, because the smallest weight pound I can make is 5 pounds. I don't know if that's light enough. We'll have to just try and see. Otherwise, we might have to go to the store and get 2.5 pound weights and start there. Anyway, enough said about that. Let's move on to our next episode of Aesop's Fables. So we read about the slave and the lion yesterday, where the moral was good deeds are rewarded. The next one is the crab and his mother. A mother crab criticized her son for walking sideways, whereupon the son asked his mother to show him how to walk straight. Of course, the mother crab was unable to walk any straighter than her son, and soon apologized for criticizing what she herself was guilty of too. And the moral being, lead by example, not by words. That's a very nice fable. Lead by example, not by words. Yes, this is true. Gotta wonder how we do that in this life. Because what's going through my head now is the whole nastiness that is sort of permeating the country. And that might actually not be happening. Because Twitter users are a fraction of the people in this country. And the people that are sort of dividing the country are the loud ones. And so we hear them, and we might be inclined to think that that's the way the rest of the country is. And I'm starting to think that might not be the case. So I have decided that it is now time to take the ultra nice approach and point out behaviors on Twitter that maybe I can encourage in a new direction. So yes, I am going to start pointing out that people should be nicer. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's a desire to have people behave nice. Whether they will or not is completely up to them, not up to me. But if they're willing to put their opinions and statements out there for the rest of us with a venue that allows for replying and responding to things that they have said, then that means that the door is open for me to state what I think about their opinion. And so I'm not going to go with the whole be far right, far left. I'm going to be right down the center of, dude, you got to stop this behavior. This is not the way normal people behave. We'll let you know how that goes. I sent my first tweet out today using this new philosophy to Sean Hannity, and pointing out that what he said about Jim Acosta at CNN just wasn't nice. You know, you don't know what purpose it even serves. So that's what you got to wonder. If somebody's going out there and there's saying something negative, maybe that's going to be my first. So what was the purpose in your tweet? What did you expect to achieve? Are you really why are you being this way? You know? And then let's see if we get any responses. Just so you know, just like on YouTube, I get no responses. That's okay. I've got 212, no, it's actually probably more like 205 videos. About 7 of them didn't upload properly, and so I have to get back to that. But there are all these videos out there. Nobody watches them. And that's okay. I know that Matthew McConaughey at one point had YouTube videos out there and nobody knew about them. And eventually they started following him. I don't expect to have a whole lot of followers. I don't expect to have any followers. I don't do this for the intention of having followers. I don't need followers. I don't need the feedback. I am doing this to lose weight, to practice speaking, to practice getting the words out of my mouth. That's what I'm doing. And if I'm stating an opinion that you agree with, great. And if I'm stating an opinion you disagree with, great. That's what this is all about. We have opinions, and from time to time we change them. That's the way it goes. You learn something new. It's like, hey, wait a minute, I didn't know that when I made my first opinion. Now you have to, if you're going to be honest with yourself, then you say, well, I was wrong. And truth be told, you really weren't wrong. You just didn't have enough information to make the best decision possible based on all the evidence you had. Yes, it was whatever it was. You know, you were right at the time and for the circumstances and for what you knew. So when people are getting down on people who are young and, you know, haven't had life's experiences, you know, it's sort of hard to get down on them for the opinions they're having, you know, because if you're 50 years old and they're 28, you've got 22 years more experience than they have. And honestly, and I was talking to my boss about this the other day, nothing beats experience. Honest to God. So when you get young punks who are stating opinions, you gotta remember that they're still hormonal. They are still trying to figure out their place in this world. They are still learning. And you have to let them learn. You have to let them find the path. So you can present them with all the evidence. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And so you have to stay focused on what you believe to be true. Understand where everybody else is coming from, if you can. And always maintain the proper perspective. That, by the way, is my favorite word. Perspective. Not because KQED has perspectives every day of the week at 8:43 according to my clock, but it helps ground you in what's important. Always taking the perspective of, okay, well, how do I fit in the situation? What about everybody else? What's going on in their heads? And of course, you don't know what's going on in their heads. So you always have to maintain some sort of perspective with respect to how you react to other people's behavior. And then my son today says, I should run for president in 2020. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that. I guess I could be a write-in candidate. All I need is 65 million people to write my name in and say, woo, we want you to be president. Sounds like a lot of responsibility. since I have no government experience, I don't think I would be very good at the job. But I can speak for 10 minutes at a time. Coming up on 10 minutes and 9 seconds, 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Plus, can you imagine giving all the news agencies my YouTube videos? Yeah, go take a look, see what he was talking about. He talks about weight. He was wagging all sorts of pieces of paper around, trying to lose weight, you know. Then, and who knows what statements I said. But what I said in these videos is usually what I consider to be independent thinking. So I'm not on the left, I'm not on the right, I'm somewhere wherever I feel like sitting. Because what's on left and what's on right, it's not so black and white. It's not like somebody's on the left and they can't be, you know, have some of the traits of the people that are on the right. It just doesn't work that way. But somebody had to divide it. Somebody had to categorize. Somebody had to do it to make life easier. Shoot, what is the word? Discriminating. Not the negative discriminating, but the, you know, what's the word? Sorry, I'm taking time on this. Not compartmentalize. It's going to drive me nuts. I'll think about it and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So have a great evening and I will see you all tomorrow.